And welcome everyone back to Oswald Field here on the campus of Hesston College. Larks and Panthers about to do battle in game number 2, and the temperature starting to slowly drop down. Larks come off with a big win in game 1, winning 13-3 on the walk-off error there as we're getting closer and closer to the start of our second game. Hey, whether you're a fan of the Panthers, fan of the Larks, we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a text, 620-217-1465. Tell us who you are, who you're watching, where you're watching from on this Lark broadcast of Lark Athletics. We'll take a break and come back with close to our first pitch here on the Lark Network. Back after this.
Again he said, "What shall we say the kingdom of God is like? Or, what parable shall we use to describe it? It is like a mustard seed, which is the smallest of all seeds on earth. Yet, when planted, it grows and becomes the largest of all garden plants, with such big branches that the birds can perch in its shade."
Welcome back here to Oswald Field on the campus of Hesston College. Taking a quick look defensively for the Larks. A little different look here in game 2 as Caden Bartlett in left field, Grant Blair in center, and Brandon, just wrote it down the wrong. Brandon Moody out there in right field. Sean at third base, Robert over there at short. Aiden Betker will get the nod at second. Coy over at first base. Easton Unruh on the hill, and Easton Barrier behind the dish here for the Larks. And this is Easton's second appearance on the season. He's 0-2. He's pitching 4 innings, allowed 8 hits, 10 runs, 8 of which were earned, 6 strikeouts and 6 walks and 4 strikeouts. He has an ERA of 18.00. 18.00 the ERA for Easton. He's a freshman from El Dorado, as we're on the top of the first here from Oswald Field coming up. Batting order here for York JV, Jason Valier to lead things off. Sebastian Rowland, the designated hitter, will bat second. Joe Serrano moves over to shortstop, batting third, with Jason Swanner, the first baseman, batting in the cleanup spot. Kurt Dunaway occupies the 5-hole, plays right field. Connor Lewis, the third baseman, getting the nod in the 6th spot. Alex Heinrichs plays second base. He'll bat 7th. Parker Hughes getting the nod in left field. And Parker Hughes getting the nod in left field, and Dylan Wallace, the catcher, will roll the order over. Again, whether you're a fan of the Larks, fan of the Panthers, we'd love to hear from you. Tell us who you are, who you're watching, where you're watching from. Any questions, comments, or feedback about this live Lark broadcast, Macy Murray will make her way up here shortly. And we are ready to rock and roll here in the top of the first. Larks coming away with the first game 1 victory, winning 13-3. And Jason Valier to start this off. Valier in the first game 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And here we go. Top of the first. Easton getting the nod, and this will be his first game started on this season. The first pitch hits Valier. Valier is hit by a pitch. And a leadoff runner aboard here for York. Sebastian Rowland to step up and hit now. As Rowland digging in. Easton will work from the stretch. And the first pitch in there for a strike to Roland. Temperature slowly dipping. It was 56 for our first pitch, almost 60 degrees, and a throw back over, but the wind is starting to come up from the north. Check the temperature here. Again, I'd love to hear from York fans, Lark fans. Sun is behind the clouds. It says 59, but that temperature is going to fall off the table like a John Smoltz split finger. Swing and a miss as Roland chases the fastball from Easton. And they count 0-2. Leadoff runner aboard for the Panthers. York, located about 3.5 hours to the north, straight up Old Highway 81. Swing and a miss, and Roland is retired on strikeouts as he chases the pitch out of the zone, 1 away. Joe Serrano, the shortstop, digs in. Serrano was 0 for 3, a pair of strikeouts, reached on an error in Game 1. And the pitch, runner goes. The throw from Easton Barrier not in time, and York has a stolen base. Pitch was outside, 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0 delivery as Serrano chases high cheese and the count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Easton, a lot of time out there. Serrano swings through again, and he's quickly behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. Macy Murray will be joining me here in just a second. She's wiggling her way into the press box, forcing Ashley to change her alignment. Ash had her book bag. And the count 1-2. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Easton Barrier could not hang on to it. Serrano will take second on the error. And now runners at the corners with 1 away. And I think Macy's with us. Hi, Mace.
Hi there. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How was class?
It was a video.
Okay.
So not bad.
Okay. Runners at the corners, 1 away here for Jason Swanner. Swanner stands tall, 6'10", 2 times the heights of Macy. We've
He's
established
actually me stacked on me out there.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm the same size as his bat, actually.
Swing and a miss by Swanner as he chases through the first pitch he sees from Easton.
Looks like we got a new lineup out there.
A little bit different, yeah, a little bit different. Caden's in left, Grant in center, Brandon over in right. Sean and Robert left side of the infield, but Aiden and Coy over on the right side. The 0-1 delivery coming up. Popped up a mile high on the infield. Coy calling for it. Coy calls for it and cannot make the play. Drops in, and Coy will get the force out on the dropped pop. Serrano is retired on the force. And they're 2 away.
I was getting text from Malachi asking if you were going to be streaming the second game. I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, doubleheader. The only time we wouldn't if we had inclement weather.
Which is quite. It's a lot cooler out now.
It is. It is absolutely a lot cooler. The first pitch to Kurt Dunaway misses outside one ball. You can,
Getting back in it.
sure, yeah, jump on in. The 1-0 coming up. Runners
yeah.
at the corners, none have scored here.
Easton's on the mound. Has he been doing good so far?
Hit the first batter he saw.
Okay.
Struck out the next. That one gets by. Easton Barrier runs coming home. And York on the board first.
We also have someone different behind home plate.
Yes, Easton Barrier, the nod behind home plate, and a run across. And York now in front. 1-0. Count 2-0. And that pitch misses inside. And they count now 3-0 to Kurt Dunaway. 2 away, but a run has come home for the Panthers of York.
Panthers of York.
That pitch misses upstairs. And Easton issues a walk.
First one of this game, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So we've had a hit batter, a stolen base, a couple of errors, a fielder's choice, and a walk on the top of the first, and a run by the Panthers of York. And there's a pitch for a strike.
Looks like Easton's time to refocus was taken well.
This is Connor Lewis, the third baseman. One of the two juniors on this junior varsity from York. The 0-1 coming up. Fly ball, that's popped out of play on the right side, and Lewis now behind 0-2. Starting to see a few more fans, and they're starting to get the blankets out.
It's a little bit chillier out. I noticed on my walk back that it's probably not short weather.
Yet you have shorts on.
That I do.
Count-
There's no justification.
And the count's 0-2. Payoff pitch, or the 0-2, I should say. Drops in, strike three called as the Issa under pulls the string. Lewis goes down, but a run scores here. And we'll go to the bottom of the first. Larks trail 1-0. Batting order for the Larks a little different this game. Robert Salcedo led things off. Coy Kuhn will bat second and playing first base. Sean Maple in the 3-hole, continuing to swing a hot bat. Natty Solomon, the DH, he hit a long double in the last game.
Two of them.
Two long doubles. Caden Bartlett will play in left field, bats fifth. Aiden Betker at second base, batting sixth. Easton Barrier, the catcher, behind the dish, batting seventh, with Brandon Moody, right fielder, batting eighth, and Grant Bloyer to roll the order over. On the hill will be Tyler Chavez here for York. Hughes, Valle, and Dunaway all the way from left to right in the outfield. Lewis, Serrano, Heinrich, and Swanner right there going from left to right across the infield, and Walsh behind the dish one more time. Larks offense will have to get things rolling. They trail early by a run. Again, questions, comments, feedback about this, we'd love to hear from you. Send us a text, 620-217-1465. Macy's taking all types of questions. She's answering life questions, relationship questions, occupation questions. She's got it all. She's a fountain of knowledge here for us.
I would say I'm a pretty wise owl, if I do say so myself.
And the rest of us will move out of the press box to make room for Macy's ego at being the wise owl.
My head is growing.
Rapidly. So Macy, this is game 2, so now you're no longer
like a newbie.
a newbie. You're slightly less vested.
I'm experienced
You're experienced,
now.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not, I wouldn't call you a seasoned veteran, but I would definitely say you're a marinating one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
You know, this is my second season watching Lark baseball.
That's right.
And second No, I watched in high school, but not as consistently. I'll tell you that much.
So Robert coming to bat. And if you're just joining us, it's 275 down the lines here at Oswald Field, 350 to the alleys, and 392 center. That will play a lot deeper on a stiff south wind, or it can play a lot shallower as the wind howls from the north. And we're in February. The north wind is coming. And the first pitch from Chavez is a strike at the lower corner.
It's currently blowing 15 miles per hour out of the northwest.
Thank you.
Thank you to my Apple Watch.
The 0-1 coming up. That pitch misses high on our count. Evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike here to Robert. And Robert pulls back. And they count 2 balls, 1 strike. Macy's checking out who's here.
I'm wondering if
The 2-1, as that misses away, and our count 3-1.
any of my friends are here in the crowd.
I saw a lot of volleyball players active in Yost Center.
There are recruits on campus
Okay.
today. Yes, that's why Miss Casey Cole is not currently at the game. We have 2 new defensive recruits in.
Robert draws the walk, and he is aboard. Leadoff runner aboard here for the Larks. For Coy Kuhn. Coy in game 1 doubled off the fence. Was hit by a pitch, so he's 1 for 3 with an RBI on the afternoon. He'll step into the 2-hole. The freshman from Cheney, Kansas. And Coy takes a strike here from Chavez. You can jump in and run the computer.
Okay. I had my hand over here when you went in for it.
No, you're good. You're good. Jump in. The count 0-1, as I forgot to check Twitter to find out if Lark softball did well today in game 1, or as I like to call it, the tweeter.
The tweeter?
Yes.
Because you make tweets.
That fouled back and out of play, and our count is 0-2. The 0-2 delivery coming up from Chavez. Upstairs, Robert slipping in and swiping the bag, this time staying on the base for the stolen base. They count 0-2, and that hurt. That was my leg crashing into the table. That did not tickle.
Didn't tickle your fancy at all.
No. Count 0-2. Ouch.
Coy is still up.
Looks a pitch outside, and Robert will trot down to third base, so the tying run, it's just 90 feet away, no outs. On the wild pitch. Whew. Count even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're good. I'm watching. You always watch the umpire holding him up.
Oh.
Strikes are on the right hand, balls are on the left hand. So the 2-2 delivery coming up. Misses outside, and our count rides full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming up. That gets by. Coy gets the walk, and Robert comes home on the wild pitch, and we're all knotted up at 1 run apiece, and that'll bring up Sean Maple.
This is on York. How do I change that? Oh, it's on the other side.
See,
All right.
there's an HC right here.
I just kind of have to read.
That would
and,
help.
You know, sometimes after class on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I check out.
So Sean digging in here with a runner on. And Sean takes a pitch downstairs in the dirt.
Who do we have up pitching for
This is
York?
Tyler Chavez. He played shortstop in the first game.
Okay. Versatile player.
Yeah.
I'd
One
like to
ball.
see it.
So here's where you're on the count.
Okay, yeah.
You got it. You're on it. We got you.
Now we're starting.
That one misses, or that's on the lower corner of the zone. The count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
We're done playing games. I'm taking this computer serious now.
It's time. That's right. That's right. People are watching. People want to know what the count is. Who's on base? Coy's over there at first base, and the count is even 1 ball, 1 strike. And Sean right back up the middle. Base knocked through the middle of the infield, and Sean continues his torrid hitting, singles, and Coy moves up. That'll bring up Natty Solomon. Natty doubled twice in game 2. In game 1, excuse me. This is game 2.
He's going for another 2. I guess that's what you're saying.
Doubled in 2. Pair of doubles in game 1. That'll raise his average. 2 on, none out here. Larks threatening. They've tied it. And Natty takes a strike at the lower corner of the zone.
Natty and I are pretty close friends, actually. It's good to know. Fun fact.
I like the fun facts.
You know, I just want people to know what my relation is to the baseball team, so they know I have friends.
The curveball stays upstairs, and the count now moves 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 delivery on the way. Natty pulls back. No one asks, and the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Kind of surprised that Wallace didn't appeal down to the umpire in the field. That's Chavez. Looks to deal. Curveball drops in for the strike, and the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. All right, got a text here. If I can get to it, don't mind me. Thanks, Heston College, for allowing me to see my son's first game at first base, Jason Swanner, from his dad, Ricky Swanner, who's twice as tall as Macy. That pitch gets by and moves over. Runners move up 90 feet. Macy stands a whopping 5'2".
5'3" on
Sorry,
a good day.
okay, 5'3", okay.
Until all of the volleyball recruiters out there, I'm 5'5".
You're signed. There's no more recruiting.
I actually haven't signed yet.
Oh,
My
you
signing
haven't?
will be
Okay.
the 27th, so if you want to write an article about me.
Well then. Count is full 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Natty. I'll make sure we get that other ball up there.
Yep.
The pitch. Natty fly ball center field. Valle going under, and he'll circle underneath it. That should be deep enough to get the job done. And Natty will come up with the sacrifice fly and a run driven in for the Larks. Natty gets a ribby, does his job to center field. And there's 1 away, and the Larks now lead 2-0. Caden Bartlett steps up. Looks like this will be Caden's first trip to the dish this season. So it looks like Caden first plate appearance today.
Caden's playing left field today, correct?
He is. In this game. And Caden takes a pitch downstairs. 1 ball. Always pays off to be versatile.
It does. You
It-
can fit into many positions.
Caden was not cheated on that swing, and he's quickly evened up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Unfortunately, I have the lack of ability to play multiple positions in my sport due to my height issue that we spoke about earlier.
Yes, we've covered that. The count even 1-1. And Caden chases, and he keeps quickly behind 1-2. We have an out.
Oh, yeah. Natty's ball.
Natty's sacrifice fly. The count 1-2 now coming up. Caden fights off the off-speed pitch, fouls it back. And still the count remaining 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I'm pretty sure this is Caden's first at-bat of the season.
It is. By the stats I've found, anyway, on njca.org. I went downstairs and I count quickly even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2-2 coming up from Chavez. Inside, and Caden offered at it and goes down on strikes. Aiden Bagger steps in, and Aiden's 1 for 5, hitting 200 on the season. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and he scored twice.
We have Sean on third base.
Sean's over there at third,
Wanting to come on home.
and Aiden looks at one upstairs. Aiden's from Benton, Kansas, and I do believe he's also one of these Circle High School alumni. I think so.
I'm pretty sure. There's 3 of them.
Yeah. And the count 1-0. Foul back over the press box. I hope no one was standing down by the concession stand. That could have been a headache waiting to happen. Someone in line.
That could be not very good.
And the count 1 ball, 1 strike to Aiden.
Do you think they'd get their food for free?
I'd hope so. For the rest of their life. And they
Really?
count 1-1. Aiden fly ball. That'll stay on the infield. Serrano drifting underneath it, but the Larks get 2. They've taken the lead here after the pop out. We've played an inning. Larks lead at 2-1. We'll be back with the top of the second after this. So what if you do this? If we just go to the clear.
See, you didn't inform me on that behalf.
Earn your Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree at Heston College and become part of their 50-year tradition of outstanding nursing education. Located just 30 minutes north of Wichita, Heston College is a small, Christ-centered private college that provides state-of-the-art training for tomorrow's caregivers. The nursing program has maintained accreditation throughout its 50-year history, and 3 tracks offer you the BSN program you need to meet your goals, whether you are just starting out or building upon your previous education. The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program.
Small class size allows Heston College faculty to get to know and genuinely care for each student. A rigorous, holistic nursing curriculum provides practical hands-on experience in our active simulation lab. You will also gain real-world caregiving experience ranging from neonatal to geriatric and well-respected regional clinical agencies.
From my first contact with Heston College, I could feel the caring atmosphere. The nursing faculty made me feel at home. They walked me through the curriculum, and now as a student, they regularly check in on my life, my family, and my success.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field. On the campus of Heston College, we're into the top of the second. Larks lead 2-1. Rusty and Macy having some fun up here in the press box.
Feel free to send questions, comments, concerns,
Absolutely.
dislikes, likes.
You know what, I am very impressed with Ashley's ability to multitask here. There's a line drive at 1 hop. Robert backhand stab. Throw across in time. First pitch from Heinrichs is a nice ground out. Robert with a good play on the backhand. And there's 1 away. That'll bring up Parker Hughes, his first at bat. Some soccer players are in attendance on top of the hill over there in left field. They love the effort from Robert. Easton working from the windup. And a strike to Parker Hughes.
I think we have the entire men's soccer team out there on the hill.
Looks that way. Intra-squad support. I like that. The 0-1. That's fouled off towards the Campus Activity Center. And our count now 0-2. Easton trying the pitcher's pitch, misses well away.
We have double Eastons out here.
We do.
This can be a dynamic duo. It just could be.
That curve stays inside. Our count evens up at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
If I'm correct, I think both Eastons are from Circle. I'd like to say that it's the... No, it's not. It's just only one of them.
Easton Under's from El Dorado. The pitcher's from El Dorado. Easton Barrier's from Benton. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Hughes goes down as he chases the fastball. And the count now, or that's his second strikeout. There's 2 away for catcher Dylan Wallace.
And we have no one on base.
That's right.
Easton has pitched a pretty good inning right now.
First inning was a little rocky, a little up and down.
Hey, warm-up inning.
You got to settle down.
You gotta give it to him, you know?
Misses load away. 1 ball. Swing and a miss as Wallace checks himself, swings right through the fastball. The count now even 1 ball, 1 strike. Macy, when I was at Heston College, our favorite thing to do during baseball games, we grilled on top of the third base dugout.
Did you?
Yes, every game. Popped it, backing out of play, and our count now moves to 1-2. Every game we played, we grilled. So we grilled different food all the time.
Okay.
Burgers, hot dogs. One time I did shish kebabs. We did it right.
That sounds like a good meal.
One of the baseball players brought me a steak one time. I had to grill it for him between games.
I think
Swing and a miss. That's down in the dirt. Could be trouble. Easton Barrier's throw will not be in time. And Wallace aboard after the strikeout. And another error. And the count now will move, or excuse me, the count up puts Wallace on first after the error and Valle coming to bat. Valle's from Omaha, went to Omaha South, a sophomore. Third error so far here for the Larks. Swing and a miss from Valle. Time being called.
So in sports psychology, we've been talking about how routines are so crucial. And a lot of the baseball players have been talking about how their individual baseball routines before they step in the box is very important to them. So Kevin gave them a challenge during practice to not have any sort of routine beforehand.
Oh, no, you don't do something like that. Kevin's a Cubs fan. He should know better.
Just during practice, give it a good
Snap,
try.
throw back, timing back in.
We're up to 2 balls, 1 strike.
Count now 2-1. Wallace leading away from first over there. Just off the screen. That one gets through Easton Barrier and goes back to the screen. That pass ball getting back through Easton Barrier. A little bit of action up in the bullpen. Looks like Shuey is up over there for the Larks. Counts 3-1 to Valle. Tying run now just sits 180 feet away. Fly ball left side. Caden Bartlett underneath it makes a play. Larks wiggle away out of the jam. York strands a runner. We've played an inning and a half. Larks lead 2-1. We'll be back after this here on the Lark Network.
The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program. Hesston College provides the education and personal attention expected of a top private school at a cost comparable to public institutions. 100% of students who applied for financial aid received aid.
After classroom and clinicals, the ultimate goal is passing the RN licensure exam and getting a job. 98% of Hesston College's 1,600 graduates have achieved a RN licensure. Graduates are well respected in the healthcare industry with a great record of job placement. My employer loves hiring Hesston graduates and recruits them every spring.
Be a part of the tradition of caring as a Hesston College BSN student. Learn more about the Hesston College nursing program today.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field on the campus of Hesston College. Macy's in the middle of trying to plan out her workout schedule. As we're heading into the bottom of the second, Larks lead 2-1. Macy's texting someone who's sitting 12 feet away, maybe 15 feet away from us.
She has no realization that I'm here.
Not a bit.
I told her to look up at the press box. Oh, maybe, just maybe.
Or then again, maybe not. There she caught on. Finally, Paulina catches
Here
on.
she comes. Paulina, another sophomore on the volleyball team. Yes, I get what you're saying. We're talking about on the broadcast
Yeah,
right now.
Paulina, yeah, we're live right now.
I was like, in my head, I was like, all right. And I was like, 4 again.
And I've never seen, you know, Macy, what I've noticed about Paulina during basketball games is she's always around all the guys on campus.
Crazy how that works.
Digging in.
I was like,
Easton Barrier steps in, takes a ball on the first pitch he sees.
Yeah, I'm on the broadcast.
Oh, yeah, we're live. Yeah. And here's the 1-0 coming up here from Chavez. That pitch, and Easton swings through, and the count now evens up at a ball and a strike.
And I am pretty sure this is Easton's first time at the plate this season as well.
It is. Got a text saying, watching from Texas, thank you for the live stream for the game. Much appreciated. We're glad you guys are tuning in. Probably a little warmer down in Texas.
Paulina, you have any questions for the broadcast?
That pitch misses downstairs and count 2 balls, 1 strike. Paulina said no.
Paulina looked away very...
The 2-1 delivery from Chavez, and Easton takes the strike at the knees, and the count evens up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thank you. So it's Easton, Brandon, and Grant all due up here for the Larks. As Chavez steps off, wants to go through his signs. Count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like Shui Imazumi up in the bullpen. Strike 3 called as Easton frozen at the dish. They'll bring up Brandon Moody. And this is also Brandon's first appearance on the season.
Brandon's playing where in the outfield?
Brandon is over there in right field. So 1 away. Got to get those outs up on the field. During one of the basketball games, Paulina performed at halftime. That one missing downstairs, and it was for dance class, I believe, if I remember. Okay. Count is even at 1 ball, 1 ball, no strikes.
See you later, Paulina. Thank you for coming in.
That pitch. Missing downstairs on count, 2 balls, no strikes. And I got a text from the Hortons saying, howdy from a toasty 77 degrees in Texas.
Oh, wow.
Wondered when Eric would text in. The 2-0. That pitch ripped foul. Their son Dalton played 2 years here at Hesston College. And the count now 2-1.
There we go.
There,
There we go.
she's
Come
finally
on.
figuring out the computer. Next thing she's gonna be playing ads. We're gonna got this show rolling.
It's gonna be crazy. I really enjoy the nonsense that goes on in the dugout. I think it's quite an interesting thing to watch.
Swing and a miss by Brandon Moody. And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brandon swings through, and he strikes out. That'll bring up Grant Boyer. 2 away here in the second. Trying to figure out how Lark softball did. We're
You're still
trying to figure that out. Yeah, every time I try to search it, I start paying attention to the game a little more. Grant takes the pitch downstairs, 1 ball. That stays downstairs. And they count 2 balls, no strikes.
Do you have any stats on Grant?
Yeah, Grant's 4 for 11, 364 batting average. That one stays upstairs. Grant has 3 of the 4 hits are doubles, has driven in 2, walked 3 times, and stole a base. And the 3-0 coming up. Ball 4, and Grant gets the free pass. And he is aboard for Robert. Robert drew a walk in his first at-bat. See, I got distracted by the shiny things on Twitter for just a second.
See, you just gotta.
I know. I need to buckle
be
down.
strict to yourself.
Well, I saw a very interesting tweet about Jayhawk basketball, but it's Division I Jayhawk basketball.
I just. Counts 1-0.
Thank you.
No problem.
No, Twitter has not been updated for Hesston College softball. The 1-0 delivery here from Chavez. Slides low, and her count now moves 2 balls, no strikes.
See, Grant is comparable to my size and height, and he's a little bit taller than me and still standing below shoulder.
And the 2-0 coming up. And gets away from the catcher. Grant trots 90 feet up to second.
That's 2 balls.
Count 3 balls, no strikes.
3 balls.
It's too high. Robert draws his second walk of the game. An on-base percentage of 1 billion right now. So 2 away for Coy. Coy drew a walk in his last at-bat. And I didn't even see it, but Grant took third base. No one paying attention.
No one even noticed.
And Grant snuck over to third. Heads up base running by Grant. And now they have to put the defensive alignment on. So the Winfield, Kansas product, swiping third base. And pitch inner corner, lower corner of the zone for Coy, and he's quickly behind 1 strike.
Seems as though some of the men's basketball team is strolling in.
There's quite a few members of the men's basketball team here.
Love to see the support. Actually, it looks as though the entire men's basketball team is now officially here.
Okay. The 0-1. Coy fouls it off. And that's a foul ball hit Coy in the box. And I count 0-2. It's amazing, Macy. Those men's basketball team talk a lot of game until they turn the mic on when there's a chance for them to broadcast, and they run away.
Oh, they don't like it?
No, they run away. They count 0-2 here to Coy.
I will say, between teams, there's a lot of support, though.
Coy fights it off, fouls it back, and batters box disco dancing, Staying Alive. You're not going to sing Staying Alive for us?
I've honestly considered it, but I was
The
like,
0-2.
maybe not.
The 0-2 coming up. Chavez checks the runner over there.
Looks like we have someone in the Larks bullpen.
Strike 3
warming up.
called. Coy goes down, frozen at the dish. Chavez strikes out the side, strands a pair. We've played 2. Larks lead 2-1. We're back after this here on the Lark Network. Perfect.
It's crazy to see how far I've been able to come in just a little under 2 years. Years 3 and 4, we're going to have some upper level aviation classes that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be able to instruct for the college, which will be awesome. We'll get to help along some of the younger students.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you have all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field on the campus of Hesston College. Got a text during the break. Is Hesston wearing new uniforms? They are. The home whites, I love them. I love the home white look. A lot of black, a lot of gold on the accent. So I like them. What do you think of the unis?
I like them. I'm a little disappointed that the volleyball team did not partake in the new uniforms because a decent amount of the teams have gotten them. However, I do appreciate that we are looking quite ravishing. You like that vocab word?
I do. I do. Quite ravishing. It's a good one. All right.
It's unique.
Sebastian Rowland coming to bat here in the top of the third. Larks in front by a run, 2-1.
And we had Woody close the last game, correct?
He came in and pitched. Yeah, he didn't necessarily close it. But he got a couple innings worth of work there. Bunt laid down. That'll roll foul as Rowland quickly behind. 0-1. Clouds have rolled in here to Oswald Field. Larks trying to get this game in, as this game has been moved twice now. Or this series has been moved twice. The 0-1 coming up.
It's quite cold. People in the dugout are now throwing on jackets.
I see that. Swing and a miss here by Rowland.
Counts now 2-0.
0-2.
0-2? Yeah. We'll get that down too.
You've come a long way.
It was a brave move.
Bold strategy. The 0-2 coming up here from Easton. And that one stays downstairs, and our count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 on the way from Easton. Too far inside, and the battery of Unruh and Barrier. Easton to Easton. Count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one comes inside and hits Roll-On. He's aboard. Second hit batter of the game for Easton. And I'll bring up Joe Serrano. Serrano struck out but reached first on the error. And Serrano fouls him back and into the fence. Macy, you'll have to join us on some weekend broadcast so we can figure out logistics up here and hopefully can partake in if we can get tacos delivered.
Okay, so I wasn't gonna say
The
anything.
0-1 coming up.
But I did hear about mentioned tacos.
Throw down, and Easton Barrier guns out. Roll on trying to steal. So run out. The count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike.
So back to these tacos. That's where we were at.
Tacos.
So friends with Ryan Morrissey, Coach Morrissey, and
That's on the ground at Robert. Robert vacuums it up, plays it throw across in time. Nice play by Robert. And there's 2 away. Morrissey was talking about some tacos.
He said that I can't bring it up because that would be weird, but that there were some famous tacos that were brought last year from
Yeah,
the taco truck.
we sent Ian to get tacos.
And apparently they were really, really good.
Yeah, they are very good.
He
From
said-
La Fogata in Newton. As Swanner swings through the first pitch he sees.
He said that it is something to hope for. I said, well, we'll see what happens from it.
And the count 0-1. Oftentimes they're actually in Mound Ridge on Thursdays. It's worth a quick little drive
Okay.
for the tacos. If you like street tacos, the 0-1. Swanner lays off, and the count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
I am a fan of street tacos. However, my 2002 Jeep Liberty broke down over break.
That's never a good thing.
No, a bent valve in the engine.
That's a really not good thing.
Mm-mm.
That's on the ground, tapped back to Easton, and he'll play it over. And 1, 2, 3, go York JV. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Larks lead 2-1. Back after this here on the Lark Network.
I've definitely grown as a person to be more confident, and working with my professors, they really want to have a good relationship with you.
I think what makes a good student is someone who is curious, someone who is genuine, really commits to wanting to learn things that will help them in their life and connect the dots between faith and learning. I think those are qualities that make a student that's exciting to work with for me as a professor, and really gives life into what I enjoy doing.
If someone's going to have a relationship with you and then be mentored or discipled by you, they need to feel like they belong and they fit and that you value them as a person.
This year I'm more prepared to help other freshmen and to bring them under my wing. And just helping around campus, learning about the new activities and being able to share that with so many other people.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field on the campus of Hesston College. Macy and I are talking about food. It's always been interesting. We always seem to go to the food discussions during baseball.
Well, it's always in between meals, so I think that
Well, yeah.
there's a high chance that that's where it's brought
I think
about.
you're absolutely right.
The baseball team actually attempts to bribe me with tacos to then hang out with them. They're like, we'll take you to Taco Bell if you guys hang out with me. And I'm like, okay, I'll take that deal.
Sean singled his last at bat. Now you'll have to go on the baseball team and take them, and when you go to Newton for tacos, go to La Fogata.
Is that?
That's
okay.
the food truck.
Okay.
On Fridays and Saturdays. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Worth it. You saw the pictures.
I saw them. They're pretty good.
I think I sent Ian last year with $40, and we got $40 worth of tacos up here.
I don't know if I can eat $40 worth of
Well.
tacos, but I would be willing to try.
That went downstairs, and the count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. And you know what? That's a good attitude to have when it comes to tacos.
I think it is.
Because you have to give it the old college try.
That's majority
Right,
of my
Ashley?
life right now.
Ashley agrees. Sean rips a line drive. That's going to drop into the corner. Base hit for Sean. And Sean continued to swing a hot bat. 2 for 2. Pair of singles. That brings up Natty. Natty had a sacrifice fly. Sean has both Lark hits in this contest.
Looks as though the York dugout is enjoying our music currently.
Good. Got a text saying the Larks have one lefty on the team, Trevor Crumedy. Excuse me, Crumedy. Get that right. And they count 1 ball, no strikes. Very right-hand dominated team this season. Sean with the lead away. Good block. Sean will bounce back, and the count now 2 balls, no strikes.
We were learning today in my social diversity class that I share with Brett Heitschmidt about gender in comparison to your dominant hand and how gender is overplayed because you're not going to ever say, I wish my baby was right-handed or left-handed, which a lot of people do wish for left, or like girls or boys. I thought it was an interesting discussion.
That pitch misses inside, and the count 3 balls, no strikes. I mean, if I ever had a child, I wish they were left-handed but could throw 90 with a left hand.
That's a fair hope.
3-0 now, the count to Natty. Chavez deals, and Natty lays off, draws the walk, and that's a 4-pitch walk from Chavez, and Sean moves over to second base. 2 on.
We have Caden coming up.
And Caden Bartlett. Caden check swinged his way to a strikeout. His last at bat. And when you guys start getting cold, let me know. I'll just shut the door. So, and if we get real cold, we'll turn the heater on and just be balmy. That pitch too far inside for Caden, and the count 1 ball. Macy doesn't get cold. She's a Colorado girl.
So that's an easily big assumption. However, Colorado cold is way different than Kansas cold.
The 1-0 coming up.
Kansas cold is humid and creeps into your bones.
It does. The count now 2 balls, no strikes.
And fortunately this year we've been getting snow, but last year not as much. That always makes a difference with the coldness.
The worst thing is to be chilled in the Kansas wind. Now the count 2 balls, no strikes.
That we don't have too much wind in Denver.
Caden lays off, and now 3-0, and that is 7 straight balls from Chavez. No action in the York bullpen. That stays upstairs, and that's the second straight 4-pitch walk. And like we like to say, the meadow is full or the nest is occupied. Bases loaded, an exaltation of Larks on the base paths for Aiden Becker. And that is the scientific grouping of Larks, is an exaltation.
Is an exaltation?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, this might be incorrect, but I'm pretty sure that the lark is a flightless bird.
No, it's not.
You sure? Some of them are.
Positive, I know.
Are some of them are, though?
No, a meadowlark is not a flightless bird.
Are we a meadowlark, or are we just a regular lark?
It should be a meadowlark, but we're just kind of a lark.
Because there's different larks.
Well, but we're modeled for the lark.
And I'm pretty sure that one of the larks is flightless.
Ian's mom here, Ian's little brother, says hi, Mace.
Jack!
So,
Jack and I actually play Fortnite. And we have a love-hate relationship. And Ian's mom and I wish each other goodnight every summer night.
Every summer night?
Only when we're playing Fortnite, I'll tell her goodnight. She will let me know goodnight as well, and it's so sweet, and she's such a nice woman. I look forward to it.
Aiden digging in here. Bases loaded for Aiden. And the Larks threatening to break the game open, none out. And Chavez struggling. He's thrown 8 straight balls. And that hits Aiden. Aiden gets an RBI. And Aiden gets the ribby on the walk. And the Larks tack on a run. And they're up 3. Or gets a ribby by the hit by pitch. And they're up 3-1. That brings in Easton Barrier. Easton struck out looking.
Another baseball hair trend is the bleached hair. How do you feel about that one?
As Easton just did, I'm just going to let that go. Maybe showing my age a little bit. Chavez working from the windup, misses high and inside.
Our very own Grant Boyer looks completely different than he did his freshman year, coming in with frosted tips.
The 1-0. And there's a
Back
strike.
in baseball.
Let me count now. Evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. I have frosted tips, but that's because they're natural.
Ah.
They're gray.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Actually, it's salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. And the 1-1 coming up. That one skips down into the dirt. Wallace with the stop. That's okay. I can handle it.
It's all right.
And the count 2 balls, 1 strike here for Easton. Easton 0 for 1. And he takes a strike on the outside half, and the count evens up at 2-2. Bases loaded still. None out.
Everyone's easing away. Ready for this hit, hopefully.
The 2-2 delivery. And Easton swings right through it, strikes out for the second time today. That'll bring up Brandon Moody. Brandon struck out in his first at bat. And Brandon digging in. Chavez deals. Brandon on the ground up the middle, takes a hop. Nice play by the shortstop. Over the time, the throw not in time. Brandon gets the fielder's choice. A run does come home. An out is put into the book on the force play as Serrano comes up with the toss to Heinrichs. Larks tack on another run. They're up 4-1.
We had Natty come home that round.
And that'll bring up Grant. Grant and the frosted tips or so coming to bat. Drew a walk in his last at bat. See, this is great because this is great because Macy brings up the stuff that I don't know. That comes too far inside to Grant.
I bring up the stories that you hear around on campus.
That's right. I like that. The fun facts.
The student insight.
The Macy Murray fun facts. I like this. And start a new thing.
Back again with Macy Murray's fun facts of the day.
There's a curveball that drops in for a strike, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike.
Keep everybody on their toes and learning more about the Lark baseball team.
Mm-hmm. Her forced exposure from last year, carrying over. The 1-1. That's too far in. Grant dances his way out of the way, and the count now 2 balls, 1 strike. We'll talk more as we go on how the Lark playoff system works. They have to finish above 500 against junior college competition.
And we have former Lark baseball player Brad McBride reaching
Fly
out.
ball, left side could be, and that is hasta lasagna, and don't get any on ya, as Grant Boyer hits a 3-run home run, and the Larks break the game open on the 3-run bomb. So Grant picks up 3 on the homer, first home run of the day over the left field fence. And the Larks have put up 5. They lead 7-1. Didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're fine. Brad was asking if I was throwing shade at his bleached hair. I don't know if you've seen this. He's now entirely blonde.
As
Rusty's
Robert
returning
digs in.
back to the baseball.
Robert's 0 for 0 with 2 walks, and that pitch misses upstairs. So Grant hits a home run, clears the bases, a 3-run shot, and the Larks have tacked up 5. They lead 7-1. And the pitch. On the ground at the third baseman, Lewis, the throw over in time to Swanner, and that will do it. But the Larks come up with 5 runs after the big 3-run bomb by Grant. We've played 3. Larks lead 7-1. We're back after this here on the Lark Network.
Earn your Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree at Heston College and become part of their 50-year tradition of outstanding nursing education. Located just 30 minutes north of Wichita, Heston College is a small, Christ-centered private college that provides state-of-the-art training for tomorrow's caregivers. The nursing program has maintained accreditation throughout its 50-year history, and 3 tracks offer you the BSN program you need to meet your goals, whether you are just starting out or building upon your previous education. The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program.
Small class size allows Heston College faculty to get to know and genuinely care for each student. A rigorous, holistic nursing curriculum provides practical hands-on experience in our active simulation lab. You will also gain real-world caregiving experience ranging from neonatal to geriatric and well-respected regional clinical agencies.
From my first contact with Heston College, I could feel the caring atmosphere. The nursing faculty made me feel at home. They walked me through the curriculum, and now as a student, they regularly check in on my life, my family, and my success.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field on the campus of Heston College. We're in the top of the 4th. Larks now lead 7-1. They've hung up 5 in their half of the 3rd, and this will bring up Kurt Dunn. We got a text showing off Quinn's hair, which is past shoulder length when he played at Joplin High School.
There's a chance that it is the same length as mine, and that's impressive, honestly.
That one missing downstairs, and they count 1 ball and no strikes here to Dunaway. Dunaway drew a walk in his first at-bat. Pretty good crowd here today for President's Day baseball.
Quite surprised. Monday usually brings on the course load, but people are out here to support, and that's important.
There's a strike at the knees, and the count now 1 ball, 1 strike. It ended up being a 5-day weekend for, 5-day weekend for Heston School. Oh, there's a line drive out there to right center field, but Brandon plays it perfectly. 5-day weekend. They did not have school Thursday after the snow, and had Friday and Monday off. Heston School District kids. It's a long weekend.
That's a break. That's a break for us.
1 away here for Connor Lewis. He struck out in his first at-bat. Easton settling down after that rocky first inning, misses downstairs. They'll toss that baseball out of play. Field very muddy to the last couple days after the thaw. There's a strike right there from Easton Unruh, and the count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike.
Former baseball player Zach Duncan's field was completely flooded, and that was rough, and they had to play yesterday.
That pitch misses it low and away, and the count now 2 balls, 1 strike. Where's Zach?
He's playing in Arkansas, the University of Ozarks.
Okay. And the 2-1 coming up. Skips away from Isa Barrier, and the count now 3 balls, 1 strike to Connor Lewis. Larks slated for a 4-game set this coming weekend, weather permitting, as Highland Community College from Illinois coming into town. That pitch misses outside, and a walk issued. Will be in action Friday, 1 o'clock first pitch. I'll be here.
I won't.
Macy won't be. Okay, I was seeing if Macy was going to pick up and run with that.
I have a couple other responsibilities on campus.
Alex Heinrich steps in. Here, runner aboard with 1 out. Larks looking for the double play ball. And Easton down and away for the strike.
Friday at 1, if you are looking for me, I'll be in the Access Lab helping people with their writing papers.
Okay. And the count 0-1. That pitch drifts inside and catches the black, and the count 0-2. The 0-2 delivery coming up here for Easton Unruh. Swing and a miss. And a chance for a strike him out, throw him out, double play, and the Larks turn the double play on the strike him out, throw him out, double play. Second time that has happened today. Lewis guns down on the caught stealing, as Heinrichs goes down. And so we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Larks lead 7-1 back after this here on the Lark Network.
It's crazy to see how far I've been able to come in just a little under 2 years. Years 3 and 4, we're going to have some upper level aviation classes that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be able to instruct for the college, which will be awesome. We'll get to help along some of the younger students.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you've had all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field on the campus of Hesston College. Rusty Witcher alongside Macy Murray, as Noah Lang has come into pitch here for the Panthers of York. Again, we're taking text messages, 620-217-1465. Let us know who you are, who you're watching, where you're watching from.
Any questions about relationships?
Yeah,
School?
Macy's all about that.
All of it. I know it all.
She knows it all. That's what Macy said. Direct quote from Macy. She knows it all.
I know it all.
Temperature's just starting to drop enough as we're into the fourth. Coy coming to bat here. Coy 0 for 1. As Coy steps up. Lang deals from the sidearm position. And Coy chases the first pitch he sees, and he's behind 1 strike. Coy came into today 4 for 21. And doubled. And takes a strike downstairs, and the count now 0-2. Jamie Mickery watching from McCook, Nebraska. And that's downstairs. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Glad some York fans tuning into our live Lark broadcast.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about York, so if that's where their questions are coming from, can't answer too well.
And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes to the freshman from Cheney. Coy chases, and he is retired on strikes. Larks have struck out 6 times in game 2. Sean Maples 2 for 2, pair of singles for the Australian.
I do love his walk-up song. It's quite cheerful.
Unique.
For sure.
Lane dealing. Changes his arm angle a little bit and misses inside. Little ground loop feedback going on. I think we hear it. I don't think they do. The 1-0. Sean taps it foul left side. And the count rides 1 ball, 1 strike. On nicer days, we'll have the camera outside, a little different angle of the field, but no point in freezing. At least I've never seen one. That pitch comes inside the count now, 2 balls, 1 strike, and I was even left in the blizzard.
So what is the style of pitching that he's going for here when it's on like the side
It's
of his
3/4. It's a little different delivery point, a little different coming in point, and he changes his arm angle. He's kind of a 3/4, and he's varying the arm angle, trying to deceive the hitters. The count 3 balls, 1 strike. Sean rips a line drive. That'll get to the deepest part of the ballpark to the 350. Sean's thinking 2 as he'll stroll in with the stand-up double, and Sean continues to tear the cover off the ball. That is his 3rd hit of the contest. And he is 3 for 3 with a pair of singles and a double, and he continues to send his average up near that mythical 500 place. Natty steps in. Natty drew a walk his last at bat. And so Sean aboard here in the 4th. That pitch misses downstairs from Lang. I mean, Sean, that was a rocket out to 350. And Macy, what people don't realize, they think they come in and they say it's 275 down the lines, but 350, it's almost a straight shot back to 350.
Mm-hmm.
It gets deep in a hurry. The 1-0 coming up here for Langton Natty. Natty lays off, and the count moves 2 balls, no strikes.
Last year, during mid-prank wars, some of the baseball players, I'll leave unnamed, decided to put all of our towels, me and a couple other girls in my mod's towels, out on the back fence during a rainstorm.
I see.
I loves that.
The 2-0 coming up. Natty fouls it back to the fence, and her count moves to 2-1. Gene Felice watching from the Bay Area. Okay.
We're all over the place.
We are all over. Gotta like that. We've been from Puerto Rico and Australia, the Bay Area, Cali, Texas, all over.
Colorado. Overland Park.
That one skips by, and Sean moves his way to 3rd on the pass ball. Count 3 balls, 1 strike here to Natty. The first game we did, we heard from New Zealand as well.
Did we?
We did.
Josh Wilson.
Mm-hmm. The 3-1 delivery, and Natty watches it, is selective, and draws the walk. Looks like we have a different hitter coming to bat now for the Larks.
You say whoa? Tyrone.
As I think this is Alex Wright coming in to hit. So this will be Alex's first plate appearance for the Larks. Alex digs in. Runners at the corners. Lights are on here at Oswald Field. Alex fouls it off. Alex is a freshman from Sapulpa, Oklahoma.
We do have one out on the board. It just wasn't marked there.
Mm-hmm. Rookie camera computer people.
I know. Who's doing that? Crazy. I need to get it together.
That pitch missing downstairs. And I count 1-1 to Alex. Got another text here showing up saying from Jared Schwager from Rulo, Nebraska. Go Panthers, class of 2000. Cool. So York fan. More York people.
York alum, it sounds.
York alum. The 1-1 coming up. Lang misses on the curveball. On the count, 2 balls, 1 strike to Alex. Lang dealing. That misses upstairs. And our count 3-1 to Alex. DC Owens, Pape, parents watching from DC. Go Larks. Alex fouls it off. The count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners at the corners with 1 out here in the 4th. Lang looking to deal. Alex Wright fights it off. And Swanner makes the play on the far side. A run comes home for the Larks. Alex grounds out. And get an RBI for his trouble. Got a text saying, thanks for broadcasting. My son is on the mound. Glad you guys are tuning in. That's the 402. That's Nebraska. So 2 away here for Aiden. Aiden was hit by a pitch. Larks lead 8-1. Macy, you're all over this.
I'm trying.
You're so close to being right on.
Oh,
Jonah, and we got 2 outs now.
Are you waiting for me to get a big head there?
No, I'm distracted. I see someone showing up with pizza, and I'm a little bit distracted.
For free?
I wish.
It's gone. It's already eaten pizza.
That pitch misses upstairs, and our count 1 ball, no strikes.
For everyone who's wondering, the Lark cafeteria is serving spaghetti and meatballs tonight for dinner.
I think it's a pizza kind of night for myself. And a 1-0 coming up. Lang steps off. Natty was leading it away. Saw Serrano dancing his way back at second. Trying to keep Natty close. Larks up 8-1. With 2 outs and a runner on. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Curveball drops in for a strike to Aiden.
It's 1-1 now.
Good curve there from Lang. That one misses outside. And our count moves to 2-1. Another good curve from Lang, and now we've got Deuces Wild across. And here's an international text. Go the Foff man, and the Larks love the Platts. Love Platts. That was Nick. And the count now 2-2. That misses downstairs. Shout out to our son Grant for hitting a home run. You're killing it, son, from Zach and Mariah. And y'all keep up the good work. Got all kinds of texts rolling in.
We love to hear it.
That's right. Count is full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Your payoff pitch on the way for Lang. Swing and a miss. Aiden swings right through, strikes out. Larks get a run. We've played 4. We'll be back after this here on the Lark Network with the Larks leading 8-1. Macy's trying to break things here.
I went for it.
I've definitely grown as a person to be more confident, and working with my professors, they really want to have a good relationship with you.
I think what makes a good student is someone who is curious, someone who is genuine, really commits to wanting to learn things that will help them in their life and connect the dots between faith and learning. I think those are qualities that make a student that's exciting to work with for me as a professor and really gives life into what I enjoy doing.
If someone's going to have a relationship with you and then be mentored or discipled by you, they need to feel like they belong and they fit and that you value them as a person.
This year I'm more prepared to help other freshmen and to bring them under my wing. And just helping around campus, learning about the new activities and being able to share that with so many other people.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field. Shui Imazumi coming to pitch for the Larks. I do believe they call him Steve.
They do. That they do.
Macy, you're a gold mine of information.
I'll let you know the information you need.
Macy's also a Norma.
I wear many hats here on
You
Heston
do.
College's campus.
You do.
I am a writing fellow, a Norma, a Heston College volleyball player. I also, that almost came over the fence there on that warm-up pitch.
Former Lark alum Jasmine Pankratz tuning in, saying, I'm tuning in, so you better step up the commentary. Come on, Jazz, you're not here. How can we? Such big shoes to fill for Jasmine.
I know.
So Shui coming into pitch. Larks leading 8-1. And this will be Parker Hughes, Dylan Wallace, and Jason Value coming up to bat. Jazz was the sidekick for 2 years for every sport we had. And did a great job.
What was her major?
Communications journalism.
I did a little bit of communications in high school and decided it probably wasn't for me.
That's
Here
actually
I am.
honestly kind of surprising with your ability to talk to anybody.
I know. It's very interesting. I do not like talking in front of people is my problem.
So Parker Hughes stepping in here. Well, just think, there's millions of people listening to us right now.
I feel like it may not be millions. I'm just going to take that guess.
It could be. And the first pitch from Shui, swing and a miss for Parker Hughes. He's quickly behind. Got text, go Larks. Good to hear you, Rusty. Someone's texting. All right.
All right.
And Jasmine saying that rock chalk. Rightfully so.
Interesting.
Well, she's at KU, too.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Hopefully she's heading to Allen Fieldhouse tonight for Big Monday. Count 0-2 here to Parker Hughes. And Shui's pitch misses just a little bit low.
It is 8-1 for the Larks today. This is a large lead that York will hopefully dig themselves out of.
The 1-2 delivery from Shui. He working from the windup. Check swing. In the dirt. Aiden this time tosses down, and another error there charged to the Larks. Third time that's happened this afternoon for the Larks. So Wallace aboard.
Looks as though Casey Cole's now showing up.
It's your volleyball court coach. And the wind has definitely picked up. I saw. As there's a swing and a miss, the blankets are out. It's not quite as warm as it once was. Macy, did you ever get your blanket back from Casey?
That I did on Friday last week.
Okay. The 0-1 coming up from Shui. There's a pitch at the knees for a strike, and Shui quickly ahead 0-2. And it's like the temperature just fell off the table. People standing up all at once, putting jackets and coats on. We can shut the vents too.
It's now officially 58 outside, which
it
does not feel like 58 at all.
Swing and a miss. And a snap throw back. Larks nearly picked up the strike him out, throw him out, double play again. This time Wallace goes down swinging.
And we have movement out in the Lark.
I can't see it, so you're on top of it.
Very sure it's Lengthy Ian.
Ian Leckie?
Yep. I never call him by his full name. It's either Ian or Lengthy. Those are the two that I alternate between.
Okay.
Dear friend of mine. It's alright.
And this will be leadoff hitter Jason Valle. With one aboard and one out. We've got a runner coming in. That's what a courtesy runner for Wallace, I believe.
I think I might need one of those if I ever play a sport like this.
A courtesy runner?
Just in case.
Just in case.
I just have little legs and a small stride, I think, is my problem.
Swing and a miss here by Valle. The ball gets by Easton. I think I called him Aiden earlier. It's Easton behind the dish. Aiden's over at second. New faces. Trying to learn. That's one thing, trying to learn the team as you go.
Mm-hmm.
And the count 0-1. Swing and a miss. Easton hanging on. And the count 0-2. Jasmine wondering who's next to me. It's sophomore volleyball standout Macy Murray, Jasmine.
Nice to meet you, Jasmine. Never seen her before in my life. Good to meet you.
The count 0-2. That pitch misses outside, and I count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It sounds to me like I have some big shoes to fill, and this was more so just for kicks and giggles.
But we're having fun. I'm glad you just stopped by. This is fun.
No, I think that this is a good switch up.
The 1-2 on the way. Hitting Valle, and Valle trots his way to first. So now 2 on as Shuey comes in a little bit rocky.
Seems as though a lot of people are pulling out their blankets now.
I don't know why. It's pretty comfortable in here. Looks like we have a new hitter for York, and this is number 15, Dylan Watt, coming to bat. Wyatt.
I saw it and I was like, well, that's one way to pronounce it. So.
Well, I was kind of looking, it's not paying close attention.
It's alright,
Happens. So Dylan Wyatt coming to bat here in place of Sebastian Rowland. With 2 on and 1 out. Shuey dealing. And Wyatt takes a strike. The 0-1 coming up. Swing and a miss, and the count 0-2. Harsh words, Jasmine. She said, Macy doesn't know me, I let her legacy die. Jasmine, I don't think I did. That pitch misses outside, and the count 1-2. Throw down! Sean couldn't hang on to it over there at third. Runner swiping third as Hughes dashes in. Never, Jasmine. I would never let your legacy die.
It's more so I just personally don't know her. I'm more of a face-to-face type of gal.
That's true. That's true. Now the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wyatt stepping back, wanting to go through some signs. Runners at the corners. Larks leading 8-1. Picked up the 13-3 victory in Game 1 to get to 500.
That was a lot of signs that were just given there. Very specific.
And the 1-2. Runner takes off. Valle wiping second base. We'll give him a stolen base on that, as Easton popped out of the crotch ready to throw. Macy, you're a lot like Jasmine in the respect that Jasmine didn't follow baseball at all, but really got involved with it and really fell into the passion of the game over her 2 years here at Hesston College. Strike on the outside corner there to Serrano.
It's now 0-1 for the count.
And 2 away here. That one drops in for a strike, and they count 0-2. Serrano's 0-2, reached first base on an error. Swing and a miss. And they say that it was controlled, a strikeout. So Shuey strikes out the side, strands a pair, and we'll go to the bottom of the fifth. Larks lead 8-1. We'll be back after this here on the Lark Network.
I think one of the benefits of Hesston College Aviation, from my experience, is that Hesston College, in its combination of academics and flight training, while we train quality pilots, our goal still remains the same, and that is to encourage people to be of great integrity.
Then working with Mike is kind of inspiring to me. Like, I want to be able to have the depth of knowledge that he has and be able to pass that on to my students.
So I actually born to want to become a pilot, especially America is one of a place that general aviation is pretty popular and in common. In my country, it doesn't really have that much a flying school or flying college yet, and I wanted to start it as early as possible. So I came to Hesston.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you have all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
In addition to it being
And welcome back here to Oswald Field as we're heading to the bottom of the fifth. Larks lead 8-1. Easton Barrier, Brandon Moody, and Grant Bloyer all due up here for the Larks. Easton trying to get himself started. He's over 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And the pitch from Lang misses away 1 ball. I kind of like what Lang does here, Macy. He varies his arm and his delivery. He's coming from different angles to try and keep the hitter as off balance as possible.
It does have to bring a lot of inconsistency,
That ball fouled out of play. And the count even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Almost think that bat sounded like it broke. The 1-1 delivery. Big curve hits Easton in the head. He's okay. Hit him in the helmet. He'll trot down to first base. We've seen all the pitchers struggle with control today.
We have Brandon Moody coming up to the plate.
So Brandon stepping in. As you can see on screen, that the wind's really starting to blow out. Snap throw back, and diving in was Easton. Leadoff runner aboard for the Larks. That one gets by. Brandon saying it hit him. Brandon trying to get the free base. Easton trots down on the wild pitch. And the 1-0. That ball hammered to the left field corner and foul. And the count evens up at 1-1. Now it makes you look like you belong up here, kind of.
You know, I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable than the first game. I don't know if it's principles of physical science or
maybe
I'm
it was
in the
class.
groove.
Yeah. The 1-1 coming up here as Lang checking Easton over there at second base. That's on the ground, slow roller at Heinrich. Heinrich can't come up with it under his glove, and Brandon's going to have himself a base hit. Run comes home. That was just a tough play. Brandon aboard with the single. Easton comes all the way around, and Larks add a run, and Brandon gets a ribby for his trouble. Grant Bloyer hit a 3-run home run his last at bat, and this will not be Grant coming to bat.
Trevor.
Who is this, did you say?
Trevor. The only lefty on the team.
Oh, Trevor coming to bat. So Trevor comes in for Grant after Grant hits a 3-run bomb.
This might throw the pitcher off as he's now...
Yeah, first lefty and only lefty on the Lark roster this season. So Trevor, come ready. Coming to bat. And he offers it a bunt, pulls it back, takes a ball. Trevor is a freshman from Richland, Mississippi. And the 1-0 as Lang steps off. York only brought 15 players today, 14 players today, as Trevor offers at the bunt, tries, and misses. The count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Trevor's first. Oh, actually, Trevor is on the season, leads the team. He's 1 for 1 with a 1,000 batting average.
That's up there.
It's as high as it can get.
That's exactly what I would do.
Be batting 1,000?
Mm-hmm.
I see. Didn't you say you hit? You tried to hit the other day?
Okay, so let me clarify.
Trevor takes the
last
strike,
season.
and the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
But however, Cassie King, former softball and volleyball player, and I developed alter egos
Oh, no.
last year, and they were actually recruits for the Lark baseball team, and they went under the names Matt and Chad.
That one too far inside, and our count evens up at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Matt and Chad actually threw upper 90s.
I see.
Were big hitters as well.
All right.
So, something slick.
Brandon takes off to second, and Trevor now has a chance for an RBI if he can find some green in the outfield. Interesting. Saw the umpire warning someone in the dugout to move back. I'm not sure. That one upstairs by Trevor's eyes, and the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Mr. Cremini, 1 for 1, but has scored twice. We're full 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lang Cummings set. He will deal payoff pitch. Too far inside. Trevor draws a walk, and his average stays at 1 billion. And that'll bring up Roberts. Roberts drawing a pair of walks and grounded out. 2 runners on. None out here for the Larks. They lead 9-1. Infield fly rule in effect, and essentially may see the winning run, the game-ending run, is over there at first base.
Okay.
It is in junior college baseball, 10 after 5. As Robert takes the strike on the curve in the count 0-1.
Never mind. I was going to bring up the walk-off grand slam again.
The walk-off.
So this is essentially a walk-off grand slam, is what you're saying.
Bases have to be loaded, Mace. We'll work on this.
Or we're just, throwing it out there.
Ball gets by the catcher. Runners move up 90 feet. As Brandon gets to third, and Trevor goes up to second.
We're now 1-1.
And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. And they are intentionally walking Robert. They're going to give him the free pass to put the force out in play, and that'll bring up Coy. So the base is loaded as they issue the intentional walk to Robert. And that brings up Coy. Coy is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts and a walk and a run scored. But, Macy, here's your chance for the walk-off grand slam. Coy's hit 2 home runs.
Coy, I need you to do it just for me to be able to say it once. I just want to be able to say it once. That's all I want.
That ball misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0 coming up from Lang. Coy takes the curveball that drops in, or the off-speed pitch, and the count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So why exactly would someone take the intentional walk?
That puts the force out in play, so you have a force at any base. It's a lot easier to turn a double play. Line drive, that's in the gap. That could be trouble. 1 run is in. The second run coming off. That will do it. The Larks are going to come up with a victory on Coy's walk-off triple. And the Larks will come away with the
He's going in. He's going in.
The 11-1 win. It is the walk-off slide-off grand slam almost. Larks will pick up the victory. The game is over. Larks come away with the double, and the Larks come away with the victory. They will pick up the win, and the Larks pick up the 13-1. Actually, it's probably will go in the book as a 14-1 victory here for the Larks, or 13-1 victory, whichever way you want to put it. Coy comes all the way around, gets himself a couple runs, and that's gonna do it for us as the Larks pick up the victory. Come away with a pair of run rolls. Got a text here. Hi, Trevor. Your mom, Tiffany, from Mississippi. So great time to come alive. Larks pick up the victory. They will move to 4-3 on the season. Macy, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for stopping by.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Larks scheduled for Friday baseball here from Oswald Field. 1 o'clock first pitch on Friday. It'll be a busy time of year. It'll be baseball, softball, and basketball all next week for the two of us. For Macy Murray, I'm Rusty Whitaker saying thank you, and we'll see you guys Friday right here on the Lark Network.